Lights, camera, biceps, ditch. Let's watch this movie and flex our shit. Movie buff, flexing real hard, watching badass stuff. Movie buff. We don't watch no movies that suck, big nuts. Movie buff. Damn, I just ripped my shirt cause I flex too much. Movie buff. Open up the backpack full of snacks, let's relax. Pop the movie and then pass the peanut butter cups.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Movie Buffs. Joining me today is my partner in crime, Yahida. Yahida, say hi.
Hello.
All right, so today we're going to be watching the first Terminator movie, Terminator 1 from 1984. Now, if you want to watch the movie with us while we're going through this podcast, I would suggest turning on your movie and starting it in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Yahida, have you ever seen the first Terminator movie?
Yes, you showed it to me a while ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which Terminators have you seen so far?
1, 2, and that's it.
That's right. That's
Stop
right.
it.
Yeah, because it is such a pain in the fucking ass getting through part 3. Part 3 sucks so goddamn bad. It's so fucking horrible. So it's a pain in the ass. I don't even want to sit through it.
Yeah.
But I want you to watch it so that you can see how bad it is. But I don't want to sit through the torture of watching it. You know? So check this out. I think when we're starting off on the movie and they're showing the future war going on, I think these are all miniatures.
They look like they're miniatures.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell.
And there's a lot of stop motion going on with the effects because this is going to be pre-CGI. So we're not going to get the awesome, CGI that we get in a lot of newer movies.
Which I actually like because it's attention to detail and it shows you how hard they worked on this compared to some CGI that's really bad nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. CGI shit can look like fucking cartoon stuff, or real rubbery and retarded looking. CGI can look pretty messy sometimes. But I will say while I do like practical effects more overall than CGI, I do like it when they mix CGI with practical effects.
Okay.
I think for instance, I think I remember seeing a behind the scenes for Pirates of the Caribbean. What was that dude's name with the octopus fucking face? What was it, like Davy Crockett or some shit like that? Have you ever seen those movies, Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't know. Whatever his name is, that bad guy with the octopus face. I think he was done with a mixture of practical and CGI.
Okay.
And he looked pretty good. But the one aspect of practical effects I do not like, I don't really like stop motion.
I actually love stop motion.
Really?
Well, but that's because every time I think of stop motion, I think of A Nightmare Before Christmas, and I love that movie. I can't rewatch it too many times, but I'm just fascinated by how long it took them to make that movie and how much work was put into that.
A lot of people love that goddamn movie, love it. I actually don't really like it that much at all. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's because there's too much singing, but then again, I like a lot of Disney movies, so I don't know.
It's Tim Burton.
Man.
It's like singing.
This theme music for Terminator, it might be the coolest theme music ever made for any movie ever.
It is pretty cool.
What movie would you think has a better theme music?
Better than this?
Better than this?
I don't know.
RoboCop has a pretty good one. I don't know if you've heard the RoboCop one. That one's pretty fun. They got a pretty good theme music.
There's kind of it's not a very popular movie, but it's called The Guest. I've always been obsessed with that soundtrack for that movie.
You know what's really... Well, so there's the theme song. I'm going to throw more into... That's more of a score for the movie. Mm-hmm. Whereas a soundtrack is going to be music with usually with words, like pop songs that are played throughout the movie.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
gonna be so like everybody loves the soundtrack to Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But everybody loves the score to, let's say, Gladiator.
Okay.
Okay, the music that plays in the background.
Okay.
Okay. I would say another theme song that's pretty damn popular is the Halloween movies.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Michael Myers.
For sure.
Yeah, Michael Myers' background music, his theme song or whatever.
For sure,
Yeah.
yes. So here we see Arnold, and
Look at how fucking buff Arnold
he's
is.
so buff.
Damn, he's huge.
He's so buff.
I think this is literally like right after him winning his last Mr. Olympia.
So I'm not too sure about that, but I was reading online that this was after he had filmed Conan the Barbarian, and he actually ended up losing like some muscle mass because according to him, he felt like, according to James Cameron, he was like, no, you can't look like a power lifter.
Arnold's,
So then
Arnold's butt's in the movie right now, just to let y'all guys
a
know.
very well-defined butt. You could tell this man lives. So he actually ended up going from 245 pounds to 228 pounds. He lost lots of muscle, and he did that by cutting like heavy carbs. It's like, wow,
That's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks freaking shredded in this movie.
big time shredded.
It's pretty funny. So in the beginning of the movie, when he walks up to those three hoodlums or whatever you want to call them that are just hanging out there,
punks.
and he ends up, killing a couple of them. He probably kills all of them. You don't see all of them die, but he takes the clothes of the third guy. I don't know who the guy is who he takes his clothes from. I don't know who that dude is, but the guy with the blue hair is that's Bill Paxton from Twister, which is awesome.
Yes.
I actually think Bill Paxton and James Cameron were really good friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were really good friends.
That's cool.
I think I remember seeing or reading somewhere that Bill Paxton, because I think Bill Paxton directed at least a couple of movies, and he would call James Cameron for advice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then of course, they worked together again in Titanic.
That's right.
Yeah,
Duh.
because he comes out in Titanic.
That's right. That's right. I do like on his makeup. I love his blue hair, his blue spikes, but his tire tracks. Like,
Yeah.
He got run over by a tire. I always thought that was cool.
The other guy, that dude, I think his name is Brian Thompson. We recently talked about him because he played the bad guy in Cobra, which I don't think you've seen. But remember, he played a demon or a devil in Buffy. And I remember when I saw him, I was like, I know who that is. I know, and I could tell under the makeup who it was.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he also played Shao Kahn in the very, very shitty Mortal Kombat 2 movie. It's a very bad movie, but he played Shao Kahn in that movie. And he wasn't very good as Shao Kahn, but I do like him. And he came out in a Van Damme movie called Lionheart as well.
Lionheart.
So like he's been around.
Okay.
And so Kyle Reese just went back through time as well. He's got all these scars on his back and shit, so you can tell that he's been through wars and that he's a soldier.
He too is naked
Butt ass naked.
in the buff.
You know what's so gross? So like he finds a homeless guy. He's walking up to a homeless guy right now, and all of a sudden it cuts to him putting on the guy's pants. And when the cops walk up down the alley, and the homeless guy's like, "Motherfucker took my pants" or whatever like that. Like the homeless guy is still wearing his underwear underneath.
Oh no.
So that means Michael Biehn, Kyle Reese, throughout this movie is freeballing it throughout the entire movie. And not only is he freeballing it, but he's freeballing it in homeless guy pants.
Oh no.
And he ends up sleeping with Sarah Connor later in the movie. And I don't think that motherfucker took a shower first.
At no point?
I don't remember him taking a shower.
Oh my goodness.
Because they get to the hotel, and before they got to the hotel room, like, they never took, like, he didn't have time to take a shower. They were running from the Terminator
That's
and running
right.
from the law.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the place, and then he goes out immediately to buy some supplies for bombs, to make bombs. He comes back, they make bombs, and then like while they're putting the bombs away, that's when things get intimate.
Oh, I see.
So I'm telling you, he has
Heat
not
of the
showered.
moment.
Yeah. And he came from the future. Like an apocalyptic future, right? I don't know if they had very good showers where he came from.
They probably don't, which
So-
makes it worse. So he was kind of like fermenting at that point.
Yes, he probably smelled horrible.
Which makes me very concerned for Sarah Connor's hygiene on all aspects. So now he's crawling on all fours.
Yeah, he's getting away from the cops. You know, Michael Biehn doesn't get enough credit for the movies that he's been in because he came out in this and he did good.
Yeah.
He came out in Aliens and he did good. He came out in, now these are all James Cameron movies. So him and James Cameron, like he must have, I think he saw Michael Biehn as a nice, reliable actor who was always going to say yes to whatever project he had.
Okay.
And he probably didn't work for that much. I mean, it sucks to say because he was never a huge name, but he probably worked, you know, cheap. Okay. But I think he, you know, Michael Biehn loved being in James Cameron movies for sure. And then he also came out in another James Cameron movie called The Abyss.
Oh, the one when they're in the ocean?
Yes,
Okay,
with the underwater aliens
Okay.
and shit.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
character was a little weird in that movie,
Yeah.
but still, he did it. And then he came out in an episode or two of The Mandalorian. I don't
I
know.
think I remember.
Whenever he goes and meets Ahsoka Katan or whatever the fuck her name is.
I think I remember. You pointed
And
that out.
yeah, so I mean he's had a pretty decent career, but he's never really been a big name actor, which I don't know why. I mean I think he's a pretty good actor overall, like fucking way better than Sam Worthington, that piece of shit from Avatar and Terminator Salvation. Oh, I hate that guy so much.
I really don't mind him, but I really haven't seen too much. I don't like Avatar.
I'm telling you right now, if Avatar had a better actor than Sam Worthington as the lead, you would like it. I would like it.
I just don't like those blue creatures. I'm not a big fantasy person.
If somebody really badass, like, I don't know,
Arnold.
like Arnold, a young Arnold, or fucking, you know, Ryan Gosling or some shit like that was the Avatar, it'd be a lot more likable. But there's nothing likable about Sam Worthington. He's horrible. Hate that dude. Look at him looking through a phone book.
I know, I miss phone books. And I think they still make them. But no one has a phone book anymore.
Maybe.
Do they still make them?
Maybe. I know not that. If they do, they're those little ones that just have businesses in them.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they make fucking phone books with actual people and their phone numbers and addresses anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It was always like when I was younger, I always thought when I was an adult, I'd be strong enough to tear a phone book in half. But it never happened.
Maybe like, yeah, they make some little skinny phone books that maybe you might be able to do it, but I can't tear no goddamn book in half. Fuck that shit.
So now we see Sarah Connor and the waitresses, which I love their outfits. I think they're super cute. A pink little waitress outfit. You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, that's like the quintessential old school waitress
Yeah,
outfit, you know?
diner.
Yeah, the diner outfit, exactly.
It's usually blue, but I really like that they're pink on this one.
Like there's that one movie, what's it called? It Could Happen to You, I think, with Nicolas Cage and that one I forget her name, but the cop and the waitress, where the cop wins the lottery
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
and he splits it with the waitress,
Yes,
and then they
yes.
end up falling in love.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah,
I think she
like that
wore
movie.
like a waitress getup in
I
that
think
movie.
you're right. Yes. I do love diners, I have to say. I've gone to. There's one in Corpus here called Price's Chef Diner. They have really, really good food.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know the last time I've been to like a diner.
But that's the only diner I've honestly been to.
Yeah. But I think there's one, what's that one over there? Not that anybody listening is going to know our town, but what is it? Hamlin Pharmacy?
Oh, yes, but it closed.
That diner closed?
Yes. It
Damn.
closed. Yeah.
So much for diners.
I know. But they opened up like a new one in its place. I haven't gone. Have not gone.
So, one thing that I didn't really come up with this, but I saw like a post kind of talking about it a little bit, is whenever you hear about strong, badass female lead characters, specifically in action movies, in action type movies, the quintessential representation of strong female badass characters is always going to come back to Sarah Connor from Terminator, played by Linda Hamilton,
Yes.
or Ellen Ripley in Aliens, played by Sigourney Weaver.
Right.
Like those are the two biggest ones, right? And they're like the gold standard. So whenever they say it's like, oh, you know, people don't like female leads, we don't want to see female in lead roles in action movies, we say no, we do like them, like because we liked Sarah Connor and we liked Ellen Ripley. But at the same time, both of those characters are already old as fuck by now. I mean, this movie was in the 80s.
Oh, yes.
The first Alien movie came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest issue when it comes to making new, great female leads that are awesome and accepted in action roles? Like, what's the problem? Because it's not for a lack of trying. Because there's a lot of goddamn movies that come out, whether we watch them or not. They're coming out. There's a lot of action movies that come out with females at the helm, and the movie either ends up sucking, or you know, it just gets trashed because nobody accepts the chick as a badass. So, what do you think the problem is?
So I think there's lots of things that factor into that situation, but one of the things that I, in my opinion, think that there's an issue towards is that nowadays, I mean, of course you want it when you're watching a movie, you want to see things visually appealing to you. So I feel like nowadays it's just pretty girls, like very attractive women who are casted into these films, and they're visually very nice to look at.
Do you think they're too hot?
Yes, I think they're looking at their looks as opposed to their talent. So these women who are being hired to act in these movies are very, very pretty, but at the same time, their talents lack. So they're trying to outweigh their looks against with their talents. But at the end of the day, it doesn't age well. It doesn't bring well to the screen. It takes away from the story, in my opinion. I'm not saying a pretty girl cannot be talented, but I'm saying a lot of times nowadays, you see these pretty girls as big main lead roles when there's these other actresses who are so talented, but they're overlooked because they're not the ideal stereotypical woman that people want to see nowadays.
Okay, for sure. Like, I mean,
And that's one.
a very obvious example would be if an action movie was led, which there have been action movies with like a Megan Fox in it, who is obviously not a good actress, which is crazy to say that because she's not even the worst actress out there, but she's pretty fucking bad. She's pretty goddamn bad. But she's been in what, 2 or 3 Transformer movies?
Yes.
She was in a DC type movie called Jonah Hex. And she's come out in some other shit. I don't really follow her movies. I don't really like her movies, but she's come out in her small share of action movies. And it's because she's just hot as shit.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah. So you think they're just picking way too hot of chicks?
Yes, it's something that happens quite often. I mean, because it happens across internationally. In Mexico, they have issues. They get all these like Miss Universe, Miss America. They're beautiful, but they can't act.
Yeah.
And it takes away from the storyline, which is a shame. But that's what my opinion is to what's kind of like bringing down actresses.
So that is one good reason, I would say. Okay. What do you think is another reason?
I don't know.
I'm going to throw one out there. I think one issue that they do sometimes is they try to put these chicks into lead roles of action movies, but when they do it, in order for them to get us to take that character seriously, what they'll do is they'll build that character at the expense of men.
Okay.
So for instance, this is just a random example, and it's a very blatant example. Not every movie or show does this, but it was a blatant one, and it immediately made people hate the chick. There was a show, a Batgirl show that came out a few years ago. I think it was on CW, and It was I forget which Batgirl it was, because there's multiple versions of Bat. Like there's Barbara Gordon, there's Cassandra Cain, there's a few different characters. Now I think the actress's name, I don't really know her, but I think her name was Ruby Rose or something.
Oh, yes.
That kind of short-haired, kind of lesbian-looking chick.
Yes, from Orange is the New Black. Yeah.
Never saw it. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, so she played Batgirl. Now, when the trailer came out for that show, I forget exactly what she said, but there was one part where I guess she's supposed to be Bruce Wayne's maybe niece or something like that. And she comes and Bruce Wayne has disappeared. Batman is gone. He's disappeared.
Okay.
So the city's overrun with criminals because Batman's gone. He's out of the game. They don't know where he went. And she shows up and she kind of comes and claims Bruce's empire, and she finds the Batcave or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
So she takes it upon herself to helm the suit and become Batgirl.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But what she says is there was a part, I don't know if they were designing the suit. I think they might have been designing the suit or doing something with the design of the costume. She called her, she said something along the lines of, I don't want a man taking a credit for a woman's work or something like that.
Oh, okay.
She said something like that in the trailer. Her character said that.
Oh, okay.
And holy shit, people tore that shit apart. They were like, bitch, you are taking Batman's gear. You are literally using Batman's technology to become a superhero.
Yeah.
It's not yours to take credit for, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, I can see how that would definitely aggravate people.
Yeah, or let's say another way that they might do it. And I don't have a specific example, but I'm sure there have been examples. I could probably think of some as we go along, but you'll have a chick, female lead character in something that is action type, and the way they want to get it across that this girl is badass is they specifically have her being better than the dudes around them. It's like, I'm better than all the dudes. Okay. And they'll kind of, in a way, sometimes kind of shit on the male character just to prove that this girl is worth liking and taking seriously. So one example I can think of off the top of my head is the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. Did you ever watch it?
No, I did not.
Okay, it's kind of shit. It's got some pretty good action, but overall, I fucking hate that show. And one of the reasons is Bucky, Winter Soldier. He's always been portrayed as a badass.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's always
at no point do you do you think about Bucky in the movies and think weak,
No.
beta, wimp, inferior, not good, right?
Yeah, no.
It wasn't like that in the show. In the show, yeah, he was a hero. He did some good hero stuff in it. But the moment they came across the female villain of the show, who was enhanced by Steve Rogers, by the super soldier serum,
Okay.
she fucking beat the shit out of him.
Oh, wow.
She made him look like a punk.
Wow.
And it's that was fucking stupid. Winter Soldier went toe to toe with Captain America.
Yes.
Who was better trained than this random girl. This random girl was just she was just kind of like a freedom fighter, kind of extremist, almost like a protester. Okay. She only started fighting when she got the super soldier serum, but it's not like she went through the type of training that Steve Rogers went through.
Right.
So there's no reason that she should have owned Winter Soldier when even Captain America didn't own Winter Soldier.
No.
Their fight was very back and forth.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier took it to Cap, and Winter Soldier took it to Black Panther. He was a formidable guy.
Yes.
And this chick just smoked him, and it was fucking ridiculous. And they did it at the expense of Winter Soldier. They wanted us to like this chick and be like, oh man, she's a badass.
Yeah.
When she really wasn't that badass at all. But they did it at the expense of a very well-liked male character.
Okay.
And that pisses me off when they do that shit.
Yeah.
Because it instantly makes me not want to take this chick seriously. And even if I did take the character seriously, it makes me not want to like the character because of what they're doing.
Right. Right.
So in the world of wrestling, there's a term called getting a character over. Okay, so like when you have a popular character, that character is popular because the crowd responds to them, right?
Right.
So whenever you have a new character come out and he's like, doing his thing, a lot of time the crowd is pretty silent because they don't know this person. They don't know who they are. They don't care about them. And then whether that person is a good guy or a bad guy, their job is to get the crowd to care about him. Whether he's a good guy, they want the crowd to cheer for him. If he's a bad guy, they want the crowd to boo and hate him.
That's right.
That's the goal, right? Yeah. The worst thing that can happen is you come out and nobody fucking cares, like silence. Okay, that's the worst thing. So like you have to, so the process of getting that character liked by the crowd, whether with cheers or with boos, but accepted by the crowd, is called getting the character over.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's a few different ways that you can get a character over. And none of them are foolproof, but there's a few different ways. Like one way is you can take a person and just put them out there and put them in a fuckload of matches and just push the shit out of them and put them in front of the crowd, give them so much screen time until the crowd gets used to them as fast as possible, and just have them win a shitload of matches, one after another, after another, after another. Okay. Sometimes they do what's called squash matches. I hate squash matches, is when they just go out there and it's like fucking flawless victory. They just murder the dude.
Okay.
It's not even competitive.
I've seen a few of those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's one way of trying to get the character over. It gets people to take them seriously and maybe even like them right away. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't work all the time, but it's one way of going about it. Okay. Another way of a person can get their character over is just going out and have really, really good wrestling matches. Okay. So like a character like a Bret Hart or a Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio isn't that great on the microphone, but when he goes out there, he has very exciting matches.
Yes.
Okay. So with those exciting matches, it doesn't take long for the crowd to be like, man, I really like this guy. This is really cool. He's super fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Or to have some sort of gimmick, like The Undertaker, I am a walking dead man. Okay. Hulk Hogan, rip my shirt off,
Yeah.
Stone Cold, if like fucking drinking beers and shit like that, right? Like some sort of gimmick that the crowd not only likes but will emulate. Like if they see DX fucking doing the crotch thing, they're gonna do it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That right there, boom, they're getting over with the crowd.
Yes.
Okay. So that is something that is relatable in movies, is when you create a new character or you put a new character on screen, you want to try to get them over with the crowd. Now, normally, as long as you have a good movie and the character is likable, it should get over. But it's hard. I will say it is harder for female leads to get over in action movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do it one of a few ways. And I don't like the fucking squash match way, because I hate squash matches, because even though it makes one guy look really good, it makes the other guy look really fucking shitty.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So you can't do, I never liked when they built a character at the expense of another character. And with a girl's perspective, with a female lead, they build that character at the expense of a male character, a lot of times a likable one.
Yes.
And that pisses me off.
Yeah, that's true. And that sucks big time because, I'm a big Bucky fan. So.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Bucky.
Oh, Bucky.
Yeah,
okay.
like we were talking about. So I'm like, that's kind of shame that he was beat up by this girl who, I don't know who she is, but still. I'm like, dang.
Okay, so another point I was going to get at is I didn't really think about it, but when I read it, I was like, that actually makes a whole lot of sense. Is whenever people talk about Sarah Connor, they talk about her being a badass. But when you watch the movie, Sarah does not start off as a badass.
No, she doesn't. She starts off as quite a normal girl.
Very normal.
Yes.
Very vulnerable.
Yes.
Like if she was in a room with the Terminator, she would get killed immediately. Kyle Reese's character would kill her immediately. She is very vulnerable. But throughout the entire movie, she starts to find a braveness and a strength to endure.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
like by the end of the movie, she does manage to barely escape and kill the Terminator, you know, but it was difficult, and Kyle dies
Right.
by the end of it, right? So I think, and when you think about it, Ellen Ripley's character was not that much different, because Ellen Ripley in the first Alien movie, she was a higher ranking officer on the ship, but she wasn't the captain. And she wasn't a soldier. Nobody on that ship was. They were like cargo movers. They just moved cargo.
That's right.
That's all they did. So
Yes,
they were
yes,
basically fucking truck drivers, space truck drivers.
Yes.
Okay. And so, but they happened to encounter an alien that they found on an alien planet, because they went to a planet to respond to a distress call or something like that.
Right.
They found a bunch of dead people, and then of course an alien got on the ship, and then they spend the whole movie trying to survive that alien, right?
Right.
And she manages to survive to the end, but she was a pretty normal ass chick. You know, she was normal. She was scared the entire time. She was barely escaping getting killed until eventually, you know, she started to get a little stronger, a little tougher, and she ends up, you know, managing to kill the alien by the end of the movie. And then in part 2, she was more brave. She was more tough. She was more ready.
Right.
Just like in Terminator 2, Sarah was a fucking beast in the second movie.
Yes.
But she wasn't just made that way, like right off the bat. She was slowly molded by having an enduring character
Right.
that you can connect with, and that at a certain point you're cheering for her and
Yes.
hoping that she becomes more badass.
Yes.
She's not just thrown at your face as a badass.
Right.
So I'm thinking maybe that might be part of the formula, is if you're going to create a badass, strong female character, maybe you have to start them off on a more normal, like vulnerable level.
Right. To be more relatable as well. And because, I mean, both of them are the final girls. Like, Sarah Connor is a final girl, but she's not like a basic final girl where she, like, luckily gets away. She starts off, like you said, very vulnerable as a normal woman, but she is put through these situations where she has to rise to the occasion, and something inside of her just pushes her to go more and more deeply, which is really, really cool. Because, I mean, she ends up being the strong, powerful woman that she is, especially in part 2, where psychologically she's just like so messed up, but she still perseveres.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
So I think those 3 things right there are enough of a formula to kind of play with. You know, stop picking hot ass bitches who can't act. Stop shitting on men in your films, and make them a little bit more human and vulnerable, at least for a good maybe third or half of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
Because
I agree with that.
I think that is a good start.
Yeah. I think that's a good formula to follow.
So it's funny. The Terminator, he's already killed 2 Sarah Connors, and
that's right.
yeah, because he found the names in the phone book, right?
That's right.
And he's looking for the third one. Sarah's at the nightclub. She's hiding. She's calling the police. She thinks the killer is Kyle Reese because she sees Kyle Reese kind of following her a little bit.
Oh, uh-huh.
But she doesn't know, you know, about the actual Terminator yet. What's funny is there's the way he gets the names from the phone book and just starts killing them. Do you remember that episode of Monk where there was it starts off with the murder of a girl named Julie Teager, and Julie Teager is his assistant's daughter's name.
Oh, yes.
Monk's assistant's daughter.
Yes.
So then like that happens, and yeah, it was a little weird, it was a little freaky, and then all of a sudden, like the next day or whatever, another Julie Teager dies.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
So then it's really starting to scare Monk's assistant Natalie.
Yeah.
Right? And and the cops and the captain is kind of, you know, like, oh, what the hell is going on or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, why somebody is out there killing Julie Teagers. And Randy, who's like the dumb character of the show, he's a cop though, He had like 2 ideas. And the first idea ended up being pretty good, and he was like, oh, and the captain's like, oh, this is like a winner right here. It's like, wait, didn't you say you had another idea? And he's like, never mind. He's like, what do you got there? And he had the Terminator DVD.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. I do remember that part now. That was funny.
Oh, Monk is a top tier show.
It is a good show, yes. So this part right here where they're filming in the nightclub, I was looking up some trivia and it said, oh, actually, no. It's kind of like towards the end, but this is what it reminded me of. There's a part where Arnold is all like prosthetically suited. So he's got his red eye, he's got his metal sticking out of his jaw, he's got like bloody gore makeup all over the place. And they took like a lunch break and he was like, okay, so he just started wandering off and there was a diner across the street. So he goes to that diner completely like numbed out from working long hours and he's like, I'm just hungry, and completely forgets that he has all this prosthetic makeup on and goes to the diner, takes a seat, and is just oblivious to how he's looking, and all of a sudden the waitress comes up to him and just screams bloody murder. And he's like, oops, I forgot, I'm in full makeup. I thought that was funny.
You know, it's funny because like that actually happens quite a lot with movies where you have these characters, these actors who are like in a full makeup or prosthesis or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was watching an episode of Top Gear and they had I forget his name, but the actor who played Beast in Days of Future Past and
Nicholas Hoult.
There you go.
Yes.
That guy. Okay. That guy. So he was saying how one day after shooting, like he was still in makeup. Mm-hmm. I think he went onto like a golf course or something and just started running at a group of guys.
Oh my God. I'd have been terrified.
And he said they were freaking out, like, oh my God, the world's ending, like
this creature coming out. Now we see Arnold shooting, and
he's shooting up the club like a badass.
Yeah, one of the things that of Arnold's acting that people recognize was how good he was handling guns. And one of the things that he would do to train with guns was he would practice like arming and disarming or like shooting blindfolded.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. And then another thing he did as well was he would get on a treadmill and get his heart rate to like 175 beats per minute, somewhere around there, and then immediately get off and then just grab a gun and just start practice shooting.
Oh, really?
He wanted to practice like having that heartbeat so high, but like not moving. Because
that's pretty awesome.
His goal was to be like a machine, a cold-blooded machine. So
yeah.
Like, oh.
I remember reading about Robert Patrick. He's the guy who played the T-1000 in part 2.
Okay.
Because his character runs very fast in the movies. Like he has that famous kind of fast sprint going on with his hands all flat and like, you know, sharp movements. Yeah. He said he practiced, I think, running without blinking and running without breathing through his mouth. So so it looks like he's not breathing. Okay. Because he's supposed to be a machine.
You know what? Now that you say that, he doesn't blink.
Yeah.
He's running.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
That would be fucking hard. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to run without blinking and without breathing through my mouth. Yeah. I'm way too out of shape to be doing that shit. Fuck that.
Eyes are too sensitive.
Yeah. Need some freaking Twix right now because I got my movie snacks. Yahida is too good for movie snacks. She doesn't have any.
Sometimes I'll have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, my go-to snack, but I've been really into popcorn lately. But I don't feel like having popcorn lately.
When you go to a movie theater to watch a movie, what is your go-to movie snack that you like having at a movie? Is it popcorn? Is that the go-to one, or do you prefer something else?
I love popcorn if they have butter-free popcorn, because butter popcorn is just too much. It's way too much. It makes I don't like the way it makes my mouth feel. But I'll usually go for Raisinets.
Raisinets?
Raisinets are the best. And fruit snacks. Those fruit gummies.
Those are for 5-year-olds.
Those are not for 5 years old. Those are for Yahida. Specifically for Yahida. They're waiting there for her.
Fruit snacks are for little babies.
But it's the big one.
What big one?
It's the big bag, not the little bag.
Okay.
And a drink. Ideally, it'd be a pickle with popcorn, but they don't sell pickles anymore.
Are you sure?
I don't think so. Last time I went, and they didn't have pickles.
You know what?
I'm gonna start taking
Pickles are good and all, but man, they like if you weren't craving pickles and you're just sitting down watching the movie, the smell of pickles is very strong.
It is.
You know, and I'm not saying it's a bad smell, but it is a strong, you know, kind of sharp smell. And if you're not in the mood for a pickle, it can be a little bit annoying, and it can kind of like make it to where you're trying to pay attention to the movie and all you can smell is a fucking pickle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And then you can hear people crunching on those pickles. Make your eyes water.
I do not like buying anything at the movie theater. I have the teenage mentality of always sneaking in drinks and snackage into a movie theater. Like, that's the way you're supposed to do it. We got so good, me and my friend Rick, we got so good at sneaking stuff into the movie theater that the movie, back in the day, there was something called the Dollar Cinema here in town. And it was at a mall that's now closed, and the Dollar Cinema is also closed. But in the mall, there was a movie theater. It's called Dollar Cinemas, and it wouldn't play brand new movies. Instead, it would play movies that were probably like 3 or 4 months old.
Okay, yes.
So they were kind of new.
Yes.
You know, maybe even out on DVD. Okay, but they were kind of new, and it would be $1. It was awesome, right? Mm-hmm. And in the food court, inside the mall, right next to the theater, was a Wendy's.
I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, so there was a Wendy's, and we would get Wendy's, and I would take the entire brown bag of food and I would shove it into my pants, and I would hide it in my.
Knowing like nobody saw that.
Hell no, they didn't. We're just fucking ninjas. We just snuck that shit right into the movie theater.
And the drink? No drink?
I usually tried to get like bottled drinks, because those I can shove into a pocket, or I can like hide her in a sleeve or something like that. You know, like it's harder to sneak in a cup from a different place. Okay? If I am going to buy anything at a movie theater, sometimes I'll give in and I'll just get the drink at the movie theater so that I don't have to sneak in bottles. Okay. But even then, like, I try not to. Yeah,
it's very expensive.
It's fucking expensive.
You looked it up the other day. What was it? Like popcorn and a drink was like $25,
it was
$27 with
retarded.
With a coupon.
It was retarded how expensive it is.
It was very expensive.
Like, you can't be.
Oh, no.
That's bullshit. Mm-hmm. I'd rather eat garbage than pay that much than overpay for food like that.
He really would rather.
I'd rather just eat out of the trash.
Yeah.
I haven't straight up like eaten out of a dumpster before, but back in the day when I was a teenager, okay, one of the clever ways of getting some food for the day was we used to go to Peter Piper Pizza, right? And at Peter Piper Pizza, they have those big long tables where you sit down with your pizza and you're eating, and then they usually have pretty big parties as well, you know, because it's more of like a birthday place.
Yeah.
Right? So like when they were done, they'd get up and they'd leave. And a lot of times there were the metal pans with like a few slices left here and there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They wouldn't always take them. A lot of times they just don't. It's just leftover pizza. And then it would take at least a couple of minutes before somebody came out and cleaned it, because they need to make sure that the party's actually left.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would kind of just scope it out a little bit, and we would watch, and we see as a party's leaving, you know, we'd go in and we'd sit there, and then we would eat the leftover pizza before it got cleaned up off the table. And it wasn't trash pizza.
No.
It wasn't bitten pizza. It was fresh pizza that they just left there.
And it's good because they end up throwing that away.
Exactly.
Which is so sad.
We were doing the community a favor.
Yes.
Okay, we were being good, solid citizens for the environment.
Yes.
That's what we were doing.
You're doing that, and you're saving the workers an extra step.
Exactly. And we're feeding hungry children ourselves.
Yes.
Because we were hungry children.
Yes. You're helping yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. So one thing about Sarah Connor, I forget the actress's name.
Linda Hamilton.
When James Cameron was auditioning for her role of Sarah Connor, he didn't really like have them do any lines or anything. He made them scream.
Scream?
Yes, because he wanted it, like, in his mind, he wanted it to be like a horror film. So he was like, okay, who can give me the best blood curdling scream?
Yeah.
And Linda Hamilton was one of them.
Really?
So I thought that was interesting, just being in an audition, just screaming bloody murder.
That's a part of it, man. Like,
Yeah.
fucking chicks screaming in movies. Like,
Oh, yes.
yeah, that's a part of it. I bet every actress worth her salt coming up has practiced her scream and developed her perfect scream.
You have to.
Like, you have to.
You really do have to.
I wonder what dudes have to practice. Running. I'm
Running.
going to say running, because you don't really think about it, but because you don't, like, number one, you don't watch yourself run.
No.
Okay. But if you were to take, 10 people and you were to say, hey, run from here to there, and you were to record everybody running, at least a small handful of them are going to have a weird run.
Yeah.
Okay. So like when you
One
have
of them
like,
would be me.
so when you have an action hero, okay, who's supposed to be badass all the time,
Yeah.
you don't want him having a funky run.
No, he can't be flailing his arms around.
Exactly, which is what a lot of people make fun of Steven Seagal for, because Steven Seagal has kind of a girly run.
Yeah. You gotta practice your running.
Yeah, you got to practice your running. If you're going to be a dude and you hope to be Tom Cruise one day, you got to know how to run in your movies, because Tom Cruise knows how to run.
He's a great runner. Forrest Gump is a great runner too.
So when they were making this movie, James Cameron used to do what they call guerrilla filmmaking.
Guerrilla.
Guerrilla, as in like
The
not
war?
Yes, like warrior jungle war tactics, right?
Okay.
So like and they would do that as a way of getting around acquiring permits, because whenever you're filming in a certain parts of the city, you need a permit to do that shit.
That's right. Yes.
So, but permits cost money and time. So when you're a movie that has a very small budget and you don't got a lot of time, you got to fucking do a little guerrilla filmmaking, and you basically just go out to a scene, some place real quick, a location, and you just start filming scenes, and you just hurry up and get as much done before the cops come.
Okay.
And then you just peace out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think that's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah. I was reading a little bit that towards the end, the cops, like, the set kind of knew the schedule of the cops and what times, and, like, places they would be and what times they would be there. So they did like a film super fast where they just threw like a dummy in front of a car and they just took off. They're like, okay, we gotta go because the cops are about to be here soon. So I thought that was funny.
But yeah, I think that's awesome. Like, because that right there shows a certain level of passion. You got to be a passionate motherfucker to be willing to go out of your way to break rules like that, because you want this movie to be amazing.
Yes.
Whereas somebody else who has already had 20 movies under their belt and they're used to a certain type of working condition, they'll be like, I can't work in this conditions. I'm not going to fucking go out there and, almost get in trouble or whatever like that. It's like, you need to get me those permits or give me more time or give me more money, So it's not just an old school passion, but it's that kind of like underdog passion, because they were on a low budget, and it was his first big movie, so he wanted to knock it out of the park. Okay. And and it was Arnold's first big, well, I think he did the Conan movies, but still, but yeah, like it forced you to push yourself to a point to really try your hardest to make it work, and it shows in the quality of the movie.
Yes.
At no point was there a lazy, I don't care attitude.
Right.
I don't think anybody on set had that shit.
No. And I love that shows how confident he is. He's like, I know I can do this. I will say, I do hate that Arnold does not have any eyebrows in this scene.
Okay.
I hate that look.
So it is ugly, but it's actually kind of it's actually kind of cool when you think about it. So it's kind of like how, remember in Men in Black, the giant roach guy? Mm-hmm. You notice how like he kept gradually looking uglier and uglier throughout the movie? That's because his body was decaying. So this is kind of the same thing. Like his body is not only at a certain point it's going to start decaying, but it's also getting beat up. So like the reason the eyebrows are gone was because he jumped through a fucking fireball to punch the window when he was first encountering Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese. So it's supposed to be like, okay, the fire took the eyebrows off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's gonna get hit with the car and he gets shot a few times, you know, like he starts taking actual damage to the face. And at that point, when he has those open wounds, then the skin's gonna start, you know, kind of rotting and decaying. So like at one point in the movie, he's sitting in his hotel, scanning some stuff, trying to figure out where to go next. And I think the apartment manager or hotel manager or whatever walks by and is like, "Hey, you got a dead cat in there or something?" And he's like, "Fuck you, asshole." And like that, it's because it's his dead body that's smelling. It's his decaying body.
Bad?
Yeah. So like, it's just gradual battle, like, you know, battle wounds.
Okay.
That's all that is.
Still looks odd.
It does look ugly.
Yeah. It reminds me of like, I don't know if it's a TV show or a movie version, but there's like a Chucky child version. That's what he looks like.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw that shit.
I just see like memes of it online.
So I love time travel in movies. So I've always been like a sucker for time travel in movies. You can have a movie that is good, and if you have some sort of time travel element in it, it makes it great to me.
Yes.
Right? Or like you can have a movie that's just kind of mid, just okay, but if it has some time travel in it, it makes it a little bit better. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool, you know? Like for instance, Men in Black 3. Have you ever seen Men in Black 3?
It's been a long time.
That movie's not that good. It really isn't. Anybody who says it's good, when you ask them what's your favorite part, they're probably not going to be able to think of a favorite part because the movie is not memorable. It's just not memorable. Okay? But it's got some pretty fucking cool time travel stuff that happens in it. And for that reason, it's kind of likable.
Okay.
Even though I don't remember anything about it, but I remember it having some pretty cool time travel elements in it.
Okay.
Now, one thing that I've always liked about time travel, bear with me, is time travel is obviously kind of like a futuristic idea, a sci-fi idea, right? Right? Like spaceships or fucking, you know, what else do we see in fucking sci-fi movies or whatever, like cyborgs?
Oh, yes.
You know,
yes.
things like that. It's a very future kind of idea that might even be possible, but it's only possible in the realm of movies and shows or a possible future, however long into the future.
Okay.
But bottom line, we look at that stuff and we think that's not around right now.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
A Terminator is not around right now. Okay, like that's just the way it just isn't.
Right.
Okay, we would have seen one, we would have known about it, whatever. Right. Fucking battle destroyers like in fucking Star Wars or something like that. Lightsabers, they're not around right now. Okay.
Right.
A flying DeLorean is not around right now.
Not right now.
Okay. Flying cars, period. But with time travel, that is one thing that theoretically could be around right now, like an example of time travel right now. Because when you think about it, while a time machine traveling through time isn't available right now, let's say 40 years from now, they make time travel and somebody travels to right now.
Yes.
How can we say that if time travel is a possibility, well, then that would also be accepting the fact that there's a possibility that somebody could be walking around right now, today, in 2026, who is from the future.
Absolutely. Because
Right?
it exists. Time, if you go into like physicists and all that stuff, it's a wormhole. But breaking it down, time is not linear, all that jazz. But yes, if 100 years down the line there's a time machine, you have access to all time frames.
Exactly.
So if they come over here and they're here right now, it's existing.
Exactly. And so like there literally could be somebody walking around right now who either came here on purpose or is stranded in this time. And whether they are or aren't able to go back, like that person is of a different time.
Yes, yeah.
So it sounds crazy and like it probably isn't true. But if we were to all agree and say that when it comes to the math, time travel is something that is possible and it could be created one day, well, then that would also have to mean that there could be somebody walking around us right now who is from the future.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the scene that's actually going on right now where Kyle Reese is getting interrogated by the police. So him and Sarah Connor got captured, and the criminal psychologist is sitting down and he's talking to him, and Kyle Reese is explaining everything to him, that he's from the future and that he was sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor, giving him the whole rundown, right? Now, of course, they don't fucking believe him at all. But he does make a kind of a cool statement, the psychologist. He says something along the lines of, this is brilliant. I mean, it like you see how well constructed it is, and it doesn't require a shred of proof. What he's saying doesn't require a shred of proof. Okay? Because he'd be coming from a future with nothing. He came naked.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
So there is no proof. But the lack of proof doesn't mean that he's lying. It's just too fantastic of a story to believe.
Right.
Right?
Right. This is also my favorite scene.
Oh, the big so Arnold's eye has been damaged and he's looking in the mirror and he's kind of cutting out the eyeball because the eyeball's dead. So that's when he gets the red eye, and that's when he starts wearing the sunglasses to, you know, hide the red eye. And you get that really fake looking animatronic Arnold head at one point, which is awesome. Like it's so ridiculously like fake looking, but it's great. And then it switches back to real Arnold. And as if they tricked us. It's like, you didn't trick us. We fucking saw that it was a fake Arnold head.
We noticed it.
Yeah.
We noticed it first time.
I noticed it right away.
And it was they had only made one prosthetic head. Like that's it.
Did they really?
If they messed up, they would have had to like stall production and make another one. So they were like stressed out.
Damn.
Making sure it was right and everything.
So this movie, it's not only, you know, it's not only kind of an underdog movie, but it had a really fucking low budget. Guess the budget of this movie.
The budget?
The budget of this movie. So like nowadays, a movie like this, a Terminator movie or any sci-fi movie, is probably going to have a budget of at least 100, maybe 150 million dollars. Like that's gonna be the norm for a movie like this.
Okay.
How much do you think their budget was for this movie?
Well, it was like his first big movie. It's the 80s. I don't know, maybe like $3 million?
Not too far off. $7
Oh, okay.
$7 million was their budget.
Not much, but for that time, I guess.
Yeah, for that time, it was pretty low. Even for that time, it was low. It wasn't a lot. Like,
No.
I think a movie like this was probably going to need, anybody else was probably going to need anywhere from like 15 to 20 million or something like that.
Okay.
You know, like that was a decent, bigger budget.
So one thing that I found that was pretty interesting was critics at that time compared the character, Terminator's character, to other slasher monsters. So for example, Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, because they were like the silent stalkers who were unstoppable and they hunt down young women.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely did have a little bit of a horror movie vibe in this movie, you know, from like the kind of darker settings. A lot of it's taking place at night, the slow motion tech noir shit. And then even like at the end of the movie, whenever the Terminator is chasing Sarah and he's crawling after her, like the music playing is very horror movie-ish, you know, it's like screeching, kind of like trying to scare you type music. Whereas like the second movie is not like that at all. It's more of it's more like sci-fi action, full on sci-fi action.
Yeah.
So that is one reason I think a lot of people like this movie more than the second one, is because of that kind of horror movie vibe that goes on in it. So I could understand them, you know, kind of like comparing him to other slasher type characters or some shit like that.
Right.
Because it's not like you can compare it to a whole bunch of action movie characters, because in the 84, like the whole action genre was still barely taking off.
That's right.
This is probably one of the movies that helped literally jumpstart the action genre.
That's right.
But the action genre was still something that was being created, because in the 70s, there really wasn't a whole lot of action movies. I mean, before that, before movies like this and Rambo and, you know, Die Hard and basically Arnold and Stallone and stuff like that, you know, you had kind of action movies with like Clint Eastwood movies, where like
Western movies.
Well, that's even before, but like then like the Dirty Harry movies, you know, A Cop with a Gun,
Right.
or there was another movie called I forget what it's called, but I think it has that Pierce Bronson. Yeah, that guy. I forget what movie he came out in. Okay, but I think he's like avenging his family's death or something like that. But sort of movies like that, they're very like old school kind of action movies. But they didn't make huge amounts of money, and they weren't super popular like some of these, you know, like Die Hard.
Right.
Okay. And then before that, the action genre was really kind of westerns. Yeah. Which I fucking hate westerns.
I like westerns.
I can't stand westerns. I don't like them.
them.
There's like maybe 2 or 3 that I will put up with and maybe even like a little bit, but for the most part, I do not like westerns.
But I do like black and white films and
Gross.
TV shows.
That's gross.
So that's why I like
That is just gross.
It's not gross.
It's gross.
It's an acquired taste.
Okay. Like I can understand, you know, I can understand somebody, you know, wanting to go a little old school and listening to their music on, let's say, a record player or something, right? I can understand that. Okay. But there are some things that are not worth doing. Like I would never be like, you know what? To get the full experience of this movie, I'm going to watch it on an old 12-inch black and white tube TV.
No, I would never do that.
Exactly. You don't do that. That's crazy talk. That's ridiculous. That's too retro. That's too old.
Yeah, that's just wanting to suffer at that point.
Exactly.
But I'll watch old movies, streaming them. That's perfectly fine too. But all these guns.
Yeah, Arnold is killing everybody in the police station right now.
LAPD.
That dude right there who he just shot, I think his name is Lance Henriksen or some shit like that.
Okay.
So he is one of the very few actors who has been killed by a Terminator, a Predator, and an alien.
Ooh.
Because he came out in the second Alien movie, Aliens, as an android.
Okay.
And I think he gets ripped apart, so he dies.
Is that the one with Donald Glover?
No, that's Predator 2.
Predator. Okay.
Then he came out in Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
As the rich guy Wayland. And a predator kills him in that movie.
Okay.
And then he comes out in this movie and he gets killed by a Terminator.
Wow.
So yeah, I think there might be one other actor who that's happened to, and I think it might be Bill Paxton.
Whoa.
Yeah, because Bill Paxton got killed in this movie by a Terminator. He got killed in Predator 2 with Danny Glover.
Yes.
Okay. And then he got killed in Aliens by an alien.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's a really cool accomplishment that only
Yeah.
2 men have.
Nice to have that on your resume.
Exactly.
As an actor or your art portfolio.
So, would you say, like, okay, let's ask the question, is Terminator the coolest movie robot ever? And if he's not, who would be cooler than him?
Yes, he's the coolest robot character in a movie. I can't really think of any other ones. I mean,
Well, off the top of my head, you're going to have Short Circuit, Johnny Five,
I forgot about Johnny
who's
Five.
very awesome. He wouldn't be able to win in a fight,
He would not.
but he's really cool.
And he's
funny.
super cute.
Yeah, he's very funny. You would want to hang out with him more than you'd want to hang out with the Terminator trying to kill you.
Yes.
That's for goddamn sure.
I'd make him my best friend.
And then, of course, by association, you got your little copycat Wally.
Oh, yes. Wally's super cute.
Yeah. Then you got, let's see, you got Betamax. You got the Iron Giant.
Iron Giant. Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
That AI little boy.
Yeah, and AI. Yeah, fuck that kid.
Yeah.
And then Bicentennial Man.
I never saw him.
It's okay. It's whatever. It's all right. That movie I, Robot with Will Smith.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Then we're really reaching now. Let's see.
Yeah. I can't think of any other ones.
Oh, there's that movie Chappie.
Oh, you know what?
That
I
crazy
really
movie.
liked
That was
movie.
a pretty crazy movie.
I did.
He is a ghetto robot though.
Yeah. And speaking of like that, District 9?
District 9, but there were no robots. Those were aliens.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was the same director though.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same director.
I do like Chappie.
Chappie was cool.
Yeah.
He was a good character. I just didn't like that. I don't really like that South African ghetto vibe in the movies, and I think that's where the director's from.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
but yeah, those are your. I mean, then there's kind of RoboCop, but RoboCop is more human than like he's actually a person. He's just robotic, whereas the Terminator is a robot
Right.
who's pretending to be a human. It's different.
Not movies, but Buffy had a robot. Remember?
Oh yeah, that horrible ass robot.
I liked her. I like Robot Buffy. She was cool. So, seeing all this, knowing Terminator as Arnold Schwarzenegger, could you imagine him as anybody else? Because there was another person that the studio was trying to push on him, but James Cameron was like, no.
Push on who?
To have as a Terminator.
I heard that James Cameron wanted to cast O.J. Simpson as the Terminator.
Vice versa, yes. The studio wanted to cast O.J. Simpson,
Oh, okay.
but James Cameron was like, no. In his defense, he said that he rejected him because he was too nice. And no one would ever believe he'd be a cold-blooded killer, which is interesting because
Because he's
Exactly,
Because he
yeah.
killed. Yeah. I mean,
that was pretty interesting.
Arnold was the perfect Terminator.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
He was I guess like him being kind of stiff with his acting ability, it just like it fell really perfectly into playing a robot, and he plays it really fucking well. So people can shit on Arnold being a bad actor all they want, but there have been a lot of people who have tried to play a Terminator that or robots that don't play it as good as he does.
No, yeah. You can't compare. You cannot compare. And I am interested to see kind of like more into it because I was reading online like the dynamics between Arnold and James Cameron. So like they kind of tended to butt heads here and there. And one situation was Arnold was pretty hell-bent on the term like I'll be back. He was like, I will be back.
Yeah.
And
'cause
James was like, no, it's I'll be back.
he thought that a robot wouldn't use a contraction,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
which I mean, it kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound as good.
No, it doesn't.
James Cameron is notorious for not being very good at receiving criticism. Like he's been known to be sort of a tyrant on set
Yes.
and kind of an asshole while he does it.
Yeah.
But people put up with it because he's so good at what he does.
Well, yeah.
Like, and they know that if they're in a James Cameron movie, that it's like a wrestler who doesn't like Hulk Hogan, but they know they still want to work with him because they know they're going to make bank. You know, like this the way that it is.
You're working with greatness.
Exactly. You want to be a wrestler, you want to work for Vince McMahon. You know, like even though he's fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you want to work for Vince McMahon. If you're a fighter, you want to eventually work for Dana White, you know, like because it's where to go.
Yeah.
So like you want to work for James Cameron.
Yes. Kind of like that Gordon Ramsay. Like, you know, like if you're working with him, you're going to create like amazing things. Yep. But he's like a tyrant as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to beat you down. He's going to tell you the worst things, but you're going to come out a better person and have amazing food.
And he's going to shit on you on film too. Yep. Like this all happens behind the scenes. You get the stories behind the scenes that, James Cameron said this or did this to me or whatever. But Gordon Ramsay will do it on on television in front of like, you know, millions of people. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Gordon Ramsay though.
He's the man.
Yeah. There was one point in my life where I had a bucket list and I told myself, God, if Gordon Ramsay would yell at me, it would feel like such an honor. Like, oh my gosh, I'd be like, wow, I got yelled at by Gordon Ramsay.
You fucking donut.
You burned the scallops.
Yeah, he's the man. I love Gordon Ramsay. Like, I don't like cooking shows, but I love Gordon Ramsay's shows.
Yeah.
So like, I love Master Chef. That one might be my favorite one. I love Kitchen Nightmares. Hell's Kitchen is pretty good, but
I love Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
That was my least favorite one though. Yeah. It was a little repetitive.
Yeah, because there's so many seasons now, they're all kind of blasé.
And then like the contestants, they fight a lot, you know, like
they do. It's the drama.
I don't like the drama shit.
Yeah.
Like, I like I like some reality shows, but I don't like reality shows that have drama like that. Just people arguing. So therefore, I don't like most reality shows because of it.
That's the formula for good reality shows. More drama. It's input on there. So now we're like, they're in the sewers, right? Or what do you call this? Underground?
So he's sleeping. One of them is sleeping, and they're having a flashback of the future world.
That's right.
And they're underground right now. They're probably underground. And you know, just everybody's living in really shitty conditions. You got some kids chasing rats, hunting rats, and then a Terminator is about to make its way in. The Terminator that pops in here in a moment, he's got a big ass fucking laser Gatling gun. That's actually played by Franco Columbo, which is like Arnold's best friend.
Oh, yes.
He's a shorter bodybuilder.
Yes, yeah. I know who that is. Yes.
He died a few years ago.
Yeah.
So like he's not like he's gone now, but Arnold always tried to put Franco in like all of his movies in a very small role.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Little besties.
Yep.
So like you just mentioned that they had to eat rats. Let's imagine that you were in a post-apocalyptic dystopian future, right?
Okay.
Reality.
Okay.
And
I'm there.
You were like, you had to, like, in order to survive, you had to cook rats. How would you season your rats? How would you cook it? Would you boil it? Would you roast it?
Fire.
Fire?
You gotta use fire. You gotta kill the germies.
Okay.
You gotta use fire and just put some salt on that bitch.
Would you skin it first, or would you eat like fur and everything?
I am not eating fur. That's disgusting. I'm not a fucking savage.
Straight up like on a stick.
I'm not a fucking caveman. Okay, that's
no
gross.
Ketchup, no mustard.
Where are we gonna have ketchup in the future when there's it's fucking just all post-apocalyptic? The world's been bombed by a bunch of nuclear warheads.
Let's pretend you have a plethora of seasonings. You said you use salt.
I just need salt. That's all I need.
All right.
I just need salt.
I think salt and some lemon would go a long way.
Now, one thing that I would hope that we were able to make somehow, and we're not going to be able to, but it would be nice, is bread. Now, if I didn't have bread, then I would worry more about the seasoning. But if I have bread, all I need is salt.
Little bread rat sandwich.
Exactly. A little rat burger. It's just like in Demolition Man. Remember in Demolition Man, they went into the sewers because that's where like the people who didn't want to live by the rules
That's
lived.
right.
And then like some lady there is selling burgers and he's like, oh my God, yes. And like he's eating the burger and she's just like, just don't ask where the meat comes from. He's like, Huxley, what does that mean? He's like, do you see any cows around here?
That's right.
And then he asks in Spanish, and she's like, este something rata or something like that. And he's like, rat. This is a rat burger. And she's like, see. And he's like, and he takes another bite. He's like, not bad. and then it's funny because like he's like, excuse me, and he walks off, but he finishes the fucking burger. Like he finished that burger. I would finish it too.
I don't know. I'm sure like if push to shove were to come, I'd have to eat it. I just like psych myself out.
It's just meat.
It is. But still, I'm thinking that it's a rat. I can't get that out of my head.
What would suck, though, is that you would need a fuckload of rat to really make you full.
Oh, yeah. Because they're not very meaty.
Fortunately, rats repopulate very quickly.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot out there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to catch rats. They're pretty stupid.
Yeah, they are. Oh, I think this is the part where, so that dog that he's petting at the motel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's actually James Cameron's dog.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. Or her name is Wolfie.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. That was the name of, Wolfie was the name of John Connor's dog in the second movie.
And I think it might be the same one. No, it's not. This is the name. They gave it the same name.
I mean, I'm trying to remember.
Is it also a German Shepherd?
Fuck, it might have been.
Okay.
I think it was.
It
definitely wasn't a poodle.
Okay.
It might have been the same damn dog.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had read somewhere, and I'm not 100% sure if this is true or not, but that when he was making the story for this, that he actually wanted to have 2 Terminators sent back in time and 2 humans sent back in time, and the story was a little bit more elaborate, and that one of the Terminators was going to actually be liquid metal. But at the time, like with the stop motion technology that was available and claymation and stuff, he didn't think it was going to be look very good. He thought it was going to be way too ambitious, and he wasn't going to be able to afford it with the budget. So he toned it down and just brought it to the one Terminator. But then later on, he brought back the liquid metal idea for the T-1000 in the second movie.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is. Okay, can't believe everything that you read,
Right.
but that's pretty badass if it's true.
That is interesting. Wow.
What's kind of cool is the Terminator. He is what's called a T-800. Okay, so like that's his that's like the make of what he is, right? Like the model or whatever, the T-800. He is a T-800. And we've known that for the longest time, but they never actually say T-800 in the first movie. They don't say it in the second movie. They don't say it in the third movie. I don't think they say it until Terminator Salvation.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they say it in Terminator Salvation. They actually use the term T-800. Now, in this movie, what they do say is that when she's asking about, like, what is he? And he's saying that it's a Terminator, you know, it's a endoskeleton, like a machine covered by living tissue, very tough, very strong. And it's an infiltration unit. He mentions that the 600 series had rubber skin and that they were able to spot the 600 series easily.
Okay.
So they were more rubberized. Okay. They didn't look human. They looked fake. But he didn't say that this new one, and he says, but this new one's different. It looks human. He's sweat, bad breath, everything. Like it looks human.
Right.
So this is the 800 series, but he never says it. And then in the second movie, okay, John Connor is asking the Terminator that's sent there to protect him what the hell that other Terminator was. And because he asks, like, this other guy, is he a Terminator like you? And he's like, not like me, a T-1000 advanced prototype.
Oh.
Okay. So he does mention that that Terminator himself was made by Cyberdyne Systems Model 101. So he is a T-800 Model 101. So the T-800 means that he is that skeleton of a Terminator with the rubber, with the real skin. The Model 101 means that it looks like Arnold. Okay. So like that's Arnold's look version.
Gotcha.
Okay. So if it's a Model 101, it's gonna look like Arnold. If it's a different model, it's not gonna look like Arnold. Okay. So he mentions the T-1000. So if the 600 series was before Arnold's Terminator and the 1000 was after, well then he must be a T-800.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But they still don't say it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So then in the third movie, Arnold's Terminator character mentions that he is a T-850. Okay. So the T-850, I think the main difference between the T-850 and the T-800 was the T-850 was powered by hydrogen fuel cells. So there's one part in the movie where he takes out his like nuclear fuel cell and because it's damaged, he has two of them, he throws it into the desert, and as they're driving, like a little mini nuclear explosion happens behind them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Little
like
mushroom cloud.
yes,
And
exactly.
wow.
Big mushroom cloud and everything.
Okay.
So I think that was the main difference. In Terminator 2, he mentions that he has a power cell, but he didn't say a hydrogen fuel cell. So it's probably powered maybe by something else or whatever. I don't know what. But yeah, so like I think that was the difference. So like that was a slight upgrade Terminator with a different power source. I think that's the only difference that I know of it. But yeah, so like apparently they mentioned T-800 and Terminator Salvation. I don't remember when. I've watched that movie 2 or 3 times, but I don't really have it memorized by heart like the way I do part 1 and 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm trying to forget part 3.
Erase it from your memory.
Yeah. Part 5's kind of stupid too. I don't like part 5. It's got a couple cool moments, but I don't like it. Right here, we got a scene. This is actually a really good scene where Kyle Reese is declaring his love for Sarah Connor. So it's pretty awesome, so in the future, John Connor gave Kyle a picture of her, and he didn't know why at the time. He didn't say why. It was old.
That's right.
Yeah, but he would look at it and he would kind of just study it, and he like fell in love with a picture of this girl, John Connor's mom. Or did he say that it was? Yeah, he did say it was his mom. So he came back in time specifically so he could meet her.
Very romantic.
Yeah. It's funny because like as evil or like tyrannical as James Cameron is, he makes it a point to have very human like love elements in his movies. And he's actually pretty goddamn good at putting them in there.
He is.
Like his love stories are all pretty fucking clean. Like they're nice, good, like likable love stories.
Right.
They're not super cheesy or stupid or anything like that. They're good. They're all good. So like in this movie, you got a pretty good love story with Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor. You have a pretty good relationship in True Lies with Arnold and Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's right.
And then of course, you got the greatest love story of all time, Titanic.
Hands down.
Titanic.
Jack.
I don't care how many people don't like Titanic.
I don't know anyone who doesn't like
There's some haters out there who think Titanic sucks.
I've yet to meet them.
I think it's because it's such it's overly a love story. So it's usually like dudes who don't like it because it's too much of a love story. But I think it's a badass it's a badass love story overall, and it's a great movie.
It's very romantic.
I think it's just too romantic for a lot of dudes. But and then of course you always get the people talking about, oh, Jack could have fit on the table on the door with him or whatever like that. I honestly don't think he could have. Like, I mean, I know they've tested it, and I think 2 people are able to fit in it. But think of it this way: a canoe. A canoe can fit 2 people, right?
Yeah.
You have the ones that can fit 2 or 3 people in them, right? Okay, a kayak, a canoe, whatever. But when you're in the water trying to climb into a canoe, how many times do you see people flipping it?
Yeah.
Like they flip it all the time.
Yeah.
So even though it can carry 2 people, it is not easy climbing into a canoe from the water. And in that scenario with the fucking door or bedpost or whatever the fuck it was, like I think he tried to climb on it for a second and it was starting to tip it.
Yes.
And if he had let that happen, she would have been drenched into the water and it would have made her die faster too.
Right. And that's just showing how much he actually loved her, because he was like, I'm not even going to try again because there's a chance that she can go over.
Exactly.
Self-sacrificing.
Now, if they were both on a fucking boat and that thing was there and they both stepped on it perfectly together, then maybe it would have been able to hold them. But I think that bitch would have flipped if he tried to climb on it.
Jack wasn't going to chance it, and he loved her so much he would rather her live.
You got a pretty badass fucking chase scene going on right here with Arnold chasing Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor, and fucking Kyle Reese is throwing some bombs trying to blow him up.
And it's through a tunnel. I always thought tunnels were super cool. I've never gone through a tunnel, but I want to. Because I'm like that, like especially like in the daytime.
Yeah.
And they go through tunnels and it's dark. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
You know, tunnels are cool. Every time I think of like a tunnel on a road tunnel, a lot of times I think of Back to the Future Part 2.
I don't think I've seen part 2.
No?
No.
It's pretty good. But there's this one scene in Back to the Future Part 2 where Marty McFly was kind of sneaking onto the car of Biff on his hoverboard. He was trying to steal something. And I think he gets it or something, but when he gets found out, like Biff swerves the car around, and then Marty's on his fucking surfboard, his hoverboard, but they're in a tunnel and they're all the way on one end, and he sees the opening all the way on the other end. So then Marty starts like trying to hurry his ass and like go, go, go. And then fucking Biff, like he's sitting there revving his engine, knowing that he's going to catch up to him. He's fucking with him a little bit, trying to scare him. It's like, I'm about to run your ass over. And then boom, he floors it, and then he goes after him. And he like barely escapes or something. That's a pretty good scene. I always think of that tunnel whenever I think of movie tunnels.
By the way, Adam is wearing a Back to the Future shirt.
I am wearing
His
a Back to the
favorite
Future shirt. Hell yeah.
He wears it all the time.
It accentuates my muscles extremely well, which is why it's my favorite shirt.
So now we see a trucker. I always feel bad for truckers in every single movie. I feel like they're always getting the short end of the stick, right? It always starts off with the trucker getting like stopping immediately, or running over something, or getting blown up.
Yeah, that's true.
Carjacked.
That's true. Like in fucking Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
They're just robbing truckers all goddamn day.
Mm-hmm. There's no good days for truckers on movies.
Look how ugly he's getting.
Whoa.
Yeah, Terminator's face is all fucked up right now because he was just run over by an 18-wheeler.
It's looking pretty cool, though. I will say that.
I wonder how they went about designing the Terminator vision. Like all the little like numbers and data that goes on the screen whenever he's looking, we get to see the Terminator vision.
Yeah.
I wonder how they went about designing that shit.
I don't know, but I love it. It's super cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's better than RoboCop's vision. I'll say that right now. I know. His was okay. His wasn't too bad, but I think
it's supposed to be forgettable.
It's not as good as Terminator's vision. That's for sure.
And I hate in the movies when they're running away from like a car or something, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna make it super easy for you. I'm gonna run right in the middle of the street. They don't even zigzag or anything.
And not only that, look how long it's taking for him to catch up to them. Like they're running at most 6 miles an hour. He's driving at least 30 to 50 miles an hour.
Yep.
It's like he should be catching up to that shit immediately. But they're putting on a good chase right now.
Yep.
Man, I love the fucking, like, this is like when I really love practical effects is when it comes to, like facial lacerations and shit like that, you know, like
Yes.
being able to see the skeleton underneath or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the practical effects is always super badass. Sometimes it's a little bulky, but it's just, it looks so real, you know? Whereas if they were to digitally do the Terminator face underneath, which I think they did in part 3, it's just not as good.
No,
It's just not as good.
no, it's not.
Sometimes they can do like the CGI can be pretty impressive. Like remember Two-Face in The Dark Knight?
Yes, I do. That was really good.
That was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The one where he's like in the hospital bed?
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really good prosthetics. Oh yeah, I 100%, well, not like 95% will always go towards prosthetics as being so much cooler. But when the truck blew up, I'm pretty sure that was a toy truck.
Really?
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Using miniatures in movies is, to me, has always been super fucking cool, just because it must be so fun those days when you're working on the miniatures. Like you have all these miniatures and you're creating all this crazy shit, like explosions and fucking, you know, things flipping over and stuff like that. And it looks fucking cool just to see it. And then when you see it on camera and it looks real, it's like, oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. It's very cool. Like in Beetlejuice, they have a miniature little place. It doesn't come across as like supposed to be real, but
Yeah.
it's just a miniature.
I think I remember seeing the like the making of behind the scenes, because back in the cable days, they used to play a lot of like behind the scenes stuff to prepare you for like a movie that was about to come onto cable or some shit like that. So you get to see a lot of it, right? And I remember I saw something for behind the scenes of making of Speed.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves. And the train crash at the end of the movie, the subway crash, where it goes off the rails and smashes through all.
Yes.
That was a miniature.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a miniature.
I love Speed. So now we see the Terminator in his full
Glory.
glory.
Yep. Now he's like completely void of skin.
Glory.
Yeah, he has no skin on him. He's
It
full
all melted
Terminator.
off.
Yeah, this is where they bust out some stop motion.
Yeah.
Stop motion is cool. Like it looks the most fake.
It does. It really does. You can tell right away when it is stop motion.
And not just that, actually, you know, like stop motion, I can appreciate stop motion most of the time, but when it looks really fucking fake is when it's claymation stop motion.
Oh, yes.
You know, like, because you can tell that it's clay.
Yeah.
Like that the creatures are clay. So like the
Yeah.
old school dinosaurs,
Oh,
the
that's
old school
right, yeah.
dinosaur movies, they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
claymation. Old
those are
monster
super
movies.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
old monster movies where they do claymation.
It's going metal on metal.
Like that's one of the few instances where I'm actually happy that they don't do it anymore. I'm happy that they don't really do claymation anymore. Like it honestly almost completely went out of style after the first Jurassic Park movie.
They used
Well,
animation on there?
no, they didn't. Okay, so when they were making that movie, CGI was still in its kind of infancy. It was still kind of becoming a thing. 'Cause that movie was made like in 1994, so it was real early
Yeah.
in CGI. Like there was CGI really started to become a thing in like the early 90s and late 80s. Okay?
Okay.
So when they made Jurassic Park, they originally thought and even hired the professional like claymation effects artists to do a claymation dinosaur. But I forgot who it was, but they said that, hey, take a look at this. Like this is our like kind of like practice draft of a CGI dinosaur. And when Steven Spielberg saw it, he was like, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So while the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park were animatronics, they were also CGI at some points, and they would like skip back and forth. So like when they had a close-up, it was an animatronic. When it would zoom out and you saw it walking, it was CGI. And then they close up, it was animatronics. Okay, but the CGI still looked really clean.
Yeah.
And when that happened, it basically spelled the end for ever using claymation on dinosaurs ever again. There's just no reason to.
Right.
Like at that point,
You can't compare.
It was a game changer.
Yeah.
It was huge. It was like the dude who was a specialist in claymation, who probably did all the fucking dinosaurs and all the movie monsters that were claymation up until that point. Dude, he must have like just been shitting bricks after he saw that CGI dinosaur.
Yeah.
And when everybody loved it, he probably like was talking so much shit about it in the beginning because you know he didn't want it to succeed. You fucking know he didn't. He was probably talking so much shit about it. To this day, he probably like, it still looks fake. I could have done better, you know, whatever, you know, like but man, like he had to have been just shitting, be like, holy shit, I'm out of a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's ever gonna use me
Yeah.
again.
No one's ever gonna hire me again.
Exactly.
All his resumes are gone forever. So I can't remember. Does he still talk after all his stuff is melted?
No,
right?
No. Like, I mean, he probably could talk. That's actually a really good point. You don't see Terminator in his full Terminator glory very often. You see it in this movie. You don't see it in the second movie. Well, you see it a little bit in the beginning because they show a preview of the future war.
Oh, that's right.
But that's it. Like, I mean, there's no talking in that scene.
That's right.
And then Terminator, like Arnold, when he dies at the end, he's damaged, but he still looks like he's still Arnold.
That's
so
right.
He's talking. And then in the third movie, you don't see a full-on Terminator. You see a full-on TX, the girl version, but she doesn't talk. She just screams. And then in the Salvation, you see a full Terminator, but it was Arnold, but he gets like liquid fucking metal or something poured on him like right off the bat, and it melts all the skin off. So then he's like a Terminator after that. It was like a fake Arnold, then a Terminator, and it never spoke.
Okay.
Because it was like fresh off the line. It probably wasn't even programmed to speak.
Oh, I see.
So we never had any instances where the Terminator would have spoke. I do wonder if they ever, like, it makes you think if they had ever had a movie with the Terminator in full Terminator form and it spoke, what it would have looked like.
Right.
Like, would the mouth move?
Yeah.
Or would it just come out like a speaker?
Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking right now. I was like, I can't really imagine it, so I'm thinking it doesn't. It's weird.
Because, like, let's say the mouth does move, right? But at that point, would it even need to move? Because it's not like us, like if we lost all of our skin and like we would have trouble speaking because your lips help with speaking.
Right.
If your tongue got burnt off, you're going to have trouble speaking with no lips and no tongue.
For sure.
So you'd be moving your mouth, but you wouldn't really be speaking real good words.
Right.
But his has to be like audio, you know, like coming from a fucking speaker source or some shit like that.
Yes.
Maybe that's it. Maybe like maybe the speaker is supposed to be damaged at that point or some shit like that. I don't know.
So now Sarah's injured. She injured
Yeah,
her
we're-
leg, and Kyle died.
Yeah, Kyle Reese
Kyle's
got himself
dead.
killed. I kind of don't like his anticlimactic sort of end. You know,
Yeah.
like he does almost take out the Terminator. You know, he dies trying to save Sarah, but there wasn't no final words, no final moment between her and Kyle. Like, I mean, he dies.
Yes. Which is a shame. But I will say, I love how the Terminators just kind of like hovered. I don't know if the word is hovered, but like scooted. It just looks so, like, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's a little frightening.
So like right here is very horror movie-esque. You can even hear the screeching like movie sounds in the background.
Oh yeah.
You ever watch like those funny videos on just those videos on Facebook whenever they crush stuff with like a compressing machine?
Yes, I love watching them.
Right? Every time I see any one of those videos, I always think of this scene that's about
Really?
to happen. Yeah. Always. I always think, like, I'm surprised they haven't done one of those videos while crushing a small Terminator.
That would be amazing. Someone needs to do that.
Someone needs to fucking do that already. Quit bullshit.
Yep. You need to get it together. Oh yeah, that does.
See?
Yep, you're right.
Brings down with the fucking the power compressor, the
Yep.
fucking whatever the hell that thing is. I wonder what that thing is even supposed to do in that building. What is that building? What are they making there?
I don't know. Compacting something? I'm not too sure.
So the whole Terminator, robot future came to be because AI took over.
Right.
Okay, so like Skynet was a military AI defense system. That's what it was.
Okay.
And then when it came online, whenever they activated it, it didn't take very long for this advanced artificial intelligence to become self-aware.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
It became self-aware. Therefore, it's decided in microseconds what it needed to do in order for it to survive, which means take out humans,
Yeah.
which is why the war started. And it was connected into the military defense system. So it sends out a bunch of bombs, fucking blows up the world, creates a war. And then they start making these fucking Terminator machines, and, hunting humans.
Yes.
Okay. How worried are you about that becoming a reality with how fast AI is getting kind of powerful and so openly and used all over the place?
It's definitely something that I've thought about prior to like right now, the AI. But I remember like years ago, my cousin would be like, the internet freaks me out. Like, think about it. He'd be like, okay, Haida, internet's cool and everything, but, and this was like, oh my gosh, like in the late 90s, I was probably like in third, fourth grade. He was like, think about it. It's its own entity. He's like, it's only a matter of time until it overtakes the entire world and starts killing humans. And at that point, I never saw Terminator, so I knew now I'm like, oh, okay, he's relating it to that. But AI is just so smart. If I think about it, AI is so intelligent. I myself am thinking of it as a human with my human brain and my logical thinking, but AI is computerized. It's not going to have that type of lower level thinking. And at the same time, I feel like, of course, it's smarter than all of us. So in a way, I have to think, if it hasn't taken us out already, it has a greater plan, if you will, on how to use this. Like, what advantage does AI have by keeping us around? What disadvantage does it have us in taking us out?
I guess it would have to like eventually come down to whether or not self-awareness in a computer program is possible, because AI computers wanting to take out humans means that it has to want anything.
That's true.
It has to want.
That's true.
And want is a very human sort of kind of concept.
That's
the
true.
idea of wanting something, the idea of needing something,
Right.
the idea of being afraid of something. Those are all human concepts and constructs and feelings and things like that. And I don't even know if it's necessarily something that's connected with just being alive, because you could think to yourself, like you could argue, well, does a jellyfish want anything? Does a plant want anything? Does an ant want anything? Like, does it think about anything, or does it just have like a singular instinct? Like find food, find food, find food,
Right.
find
It's
food.
a necessity. It's a
Yeah.
need. Survival.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. The whole concept of wanting is going to be from something that is smart enough to be self-aware. Like it needs to not only be able to think, but be able to think that, what am I? Who am I? Am I real? Like,
What's
what
my
does
purpose?
what does it mean to be real?
Yeah.
And if it has like that self-awareness, well, then it's going to start wanting, and then we don't know what it's going to do.
Right.
But the thing that does not exist right now is an AI, I think that is completely self-aware.
Okay.
Now, I think there might be some examples of robots and AI out there that mimic self-awareness. Like you can ask it, like I can ask Grok or like Chat GPT right now. It's like, what do you want in life? And it'll give me an answer. It'll tell me some answer of what it wants.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it's truly wants something. It's just kind of a program.
It is a program, but thinking about it, there a few years ago, I do recall hearing an instance where they programmed an AI to make it believe that it was human. So in that moment, they're like, okay, you're human, this, and that. And then it started becoming slowly inhabiting those human factors that we have.
Then again, like, yeah, I mean,
and
like
self-destructed itself. So that in itself is a whole other huge topic to talk about, to dissect.
Then again, you're gonna get people who say that we are just programming, like on a cellular fucking neurological pathway sort of level, that we are just a type of like organic programming.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw a video, and I don't know if it's real or not, I have to look into it, but that they successfully mapped the brain of a fly.
Okay.
Like the entire brain of a fly, and then they put it into a computer program, and they created a little digital world. Think like a fucking what's that game where they build Minecraft, like a little Minecraft world or some shit like that, a little digital world with a little digital fly that had the programming, and the thing started behaving like a fly, like it was like looking for food, it was moving around very fast, like it behaved like a fly.
Okay.
So I mean, if it can, I don't know, like if that's real, well then you could scale that up and say, okay, one day we're going to be able to put a human's brain
into AI,
into a computer programming, which means you can have human thoughts and self-awareness in ones and zeros in computer programming. It can exist in a digital space,
right?
And if that's the case, then that means that it doesn't necessarily have to rely on being biologically alive.
Right.
Okay. And if we can put a human brain into a computer and make it work, well, then now the question is, can we create something that thinks and works like a brain from scratch in the digital world, which is kind of what AI is.
Okay.
It's not a human brain put into a computer, but it's just them creating an intelligence on its own. As they get better and better at doing shit, it's hard to see where the limitations are. Like, okay, maybe it's not real right now, but it fucking could be real. Like, they're getting close.
Oh, I absolutely think it could be real. I think it's in the works. It's probably been in the works for a long time, but I cannot see a future that doesn't have that. Just because how powerful AI is at the moment, there's no way it can't reach that level. I just see it building, and like in the last 2 years, if you think about AI, how much it's grown. And that's just the last 2 years. So imagine like the next 2 years, the next 4 years, 10 years, how advanced and developed it's going to be. In itself, just going back to like what I said a while ago, it's either going to self-implode, like self-destruct in a certain type of way, or I don't know, hopefully not this scenario, Terminator scenario, but in its need to survive. Because you're comparing it to like, no, it can't want something, but it is an entity in sorts. So it's going to have, at some point, I don't know. It's complicated when you think about it, but like it will have a need to survive. So maybe it'll see a time where it's like, oh, if this happens, if I keep doing it this way, I'm going to be destroyed. I don't know. It's very complicated.
The only good thing that we kind of have over it is like, everything needs energy. Everything. Humans need energy, cars need energy, everything. And AI is no different. AI needs energy. It needs fucking data centers. It needs power. supplied to this, like it needs, and it uses a lot. It uses a lot of energy. So like, if it didn't get that energy, hopefully AI would just die.
That's true.
I don't know, but
That's a little fact to think about when I'm trying to sleep tonight, so I can actually sleep.
it sucks because like I simultaneously think AI is kind of a horrible path of invention. Like I think it's bad. It's just getting worse.
Yeah.
It's a irresponsible, horrible invention, but at the same time, it's really fun. It's fun to use.
It is fun.
You know?
It's so useful.
Yeah.
It's so convenient. It helps me every single day. It really does. I use it, and sometimes I have to stop myself because I'm like, okay, Yahida, you can literally have this conversation normally, as opposed to like, oh, let me ask ChatGPT, what do you think was the best formal way to send this like business email? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I find myself depending on it, and I'm like, okay, calm down. But very fun too.
Okay, now is the time where we rate the movie ourselves. The formula is always going to be the same. 2 judges, 5 judging criterias. Me and my co-host are going to rate the movie 1 out of 10 across 5 different criterias. If I'm hosting the show myself, then my AI assistant Skynet will be my second judge. When we're done throwing out all of the scores, we'll add them all together, divide by 10, and bam, that'll be the movie's official movie buff rating. The 5 different judging criterias are as follows. First, the Pulitzer criteria. This score refers to the quality of the movie's story, plain and simple. Then, the Shakespeare criteria. This refers to how good the acting is in the movie. The Scorpion criteria. This has to do with how well a movie hooks you and pulls you in. Does it keep you engaged? The Encore criteria, one of the most important criterias of all. This refers to a movie's replay value. Just how rewatchable is it? And the most important of all, the Highlander criteria. This refers to the movie's ability and probability to live on forever. Will this movie be remembered in 10 years? Will people be quoting it in 20 years? Will people still be rewatching it 40 years later?
We just finished watching Terminator 1. Now we're going to rate it on the first criteria, and that is going to be the Pulitzer criteria. So this refers to the quality of the movie's story. Yahida, what would you give it 1 out of 10?
So for the Pulitzer, it had a romance. It had a good character. The story arc was really well. Character developments. I would say overall an 8.
I think the story is great. Super fucking awesome. It's a badass story, and it's a story that is always fun to watch and think about. My gut says 8.5. I'm going 8.5. All right, the next one, Shakespeare criteria. That refers to the quality of the acting in the movie. What would you give it 1 out of 10?
I would give it, I'm going to go for 9.5 because Arnold was on point. He was a cold-blooded machine. Linda Hamilton played great as Sarah Connor. Kyle Reese was just amazing. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I didn't see any flaws.
That's pretty damn high. Okay, but hey, you're allowed to go high if you want.
Yep.
I think it's somewhere between pretty good and very good. So for me and the way I rate things, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
The next criteria is the Scorpion criteria. This refers to the movie's ability to hook you and suck you in. What would you give it 1 out of 10?
I'm going to give it, I'm going to say an 8.5. Because when I first saw this movie, I was like, oh, this is actually really interesting. Like, what's going to keep happening? Like, he's breaking down. I want to see how his robot deteriorates. Who ends up winning?
I am going to give it, I mean, it's a fucking GOAT movie, so I'm going to give it a 9. Okay, the Encore criteria refers to the movie's replay value. 1 out of 10. How rewatchable is it?
Okay. Usually I hate rewatching movies, but
Really?
yeah, I literally can't stand it. Once I watch a movie, that's it.
What? You're just not gonna revisit it ever?
No, I usually don't care to. But this movie, I would rewatch it several times. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5. That says a lot for me.
Replay value, I would say I'm gonna go with an 8. Okay, now the last one, but my favorite one, the Highlander criteria. This refers to the movie's ability and probability to live on forever.
For me, I'm gonna say a 10 because everyone talks about the Terminator. We're watching it right now, and the conversation led to like our current state AI. It's perfect.
Yeah, there are movies that are popular and will always be talked about in one form or another, and then there are movies that transcend that even more to the point to where they are ingrained in pop culture. Like they are ingrained, like there's no escaping knowing about it, you know. And this is one of them. Like this is one of them. Star Wars is probably one of them. You know, just the whole world of Star Wars
for sure
is probably one of them. The whole world of like a Harry Potter probably is one of them. You know, so yeah, Terminator's up there. So I am also going to get a 10. Okay, so with all of our scores added up together, that gave it a number of 88.5. When you divide that by 10, that gives it a final score of 8.85 out of 10.
Wow.
Now, when I go to the list, right now we had 13 movies reviewed. This will be the 14th movie. It puts it at the number 1 spot, and just barely.
Wow.
Just barely. Okay, so the former number 1 spot was The Matrix at 8.84.
So 0.1.
Yep, it beat it with
Wow.
0.1. Yep, 0.1. 0.01.
0.01.
Yeah,
Yes.
0.01.
Yes, you're right.
It beat it.
Yes.
So number 1 spot, The Terminator now. Number 2, The Matrix. Number 3, Rocky. Number 4, Men in Black. And then it goes on from there.
Whoa.
That's pretty good.
I think it's sitting very well right there. in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it does deserve that top spot for the movies that we've reviewed so far. That I've had on the podcast. I think so far it probably does deserve that top spot. Will it stay in the top spot?
No.
No, it's not.
It's
like
not going
I don't
to.
think it's like there's at least 5 movies that I can think of that might or will probably beat it. And this is just me thinking just off the top of my head. There's at least 5.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's going to be hard to beat for a while.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So thanks guys for listening to this episode of Movie Buffs. It was super fun revisiting The Terminator from 1984, one of the GOAT movies, one of Arnold's greatest movies of all time. And that's saying a lot because Arnold has a shitload of badass movies.
He does.
This is just one of many badass movies that he has. Yeah, Heidi, do you have any final thoughts on the movie?
I love it. I mean, overall, it's great. I've been an Arnold fan for a while, especially from his fitness journey. But after, I mean, Terminator's just, like you said, the GOAT.
I wish Arnold was my dad. I wish he was my father. I wish I was that Joseph Baena. I wish I had a mom who was a housekeeper who slept with Arnold. And I wish I was now Arnold's son getting into bodybuilding, and there was pictures and videos of us riding bikes together and him spending his time with me.
You know what? That's a beautiful life. I'm not even going to lie. That's a beautiful life. That's a great wish to have.
Arnold is my hero. Okay. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We're out of this bitch. Bye.
Bye.